Here's your homeowners report for single-family residences in the 92780 Tustin area report, and let's jump right into it. This is going into January of 2022. So what we're going to cover is we're going to cover some price data, we're going to cover some sales data, and we're going to cover some predictions or some thoughts of things that I think you need to be aware of and watch out for coming up as we go into January of 2022. Of course, if you would like to follow us, go to the Rustin and Tustin channel, or just click the link somewhere on this page or on this video so that you can go to the channel, subscribe to us. We give updates every single month, and you'll get notified whenever we do those updates. So go check that out, okay? Let's jump right into it. So when we're talking about price data here, so in the city of Tustin, again, this is single family residences only. In the city of Tustin, 92780 zip code. If you want condos or you want Tustin Ranch or North Tustin, we have videos for those as well. So just go to the channel and you can see those there. But we do 5 month. We look at a 5 month history just to so we can kind of see if there's any trends going on here. And if you take a look here, we've got a median. But I'm going to tell you something right now. We're doing median and average because there's just not enough data. There's not enough homes selling right now to get a really good sampling of all of the data. So we're just kind of doing it to kind of see one way or the other, are there any kind of weird trends? But good news is, folks, we're staying right here. The median is going up 925, 45, 20, 65, 960 in December of 2021 for the median, so that's good. So that shows a good trend. Average, we are now, guys, Tustin, city of Tustin, for a single family resident home, for an average single family resident home, we're now $1 million community. Okay, so good news. We peaked out kind of at $1,075,000, but for December 21 we are looking at $1,028,000 for kind of the average. So good news, guys. That gives me a little happy face there. So let's talk about overbids, or what people are paying above and beyond what people are listing it for. So when you list the house, are people bidding more than what is actually being asked for? And in this case, for 92780 single family, yes, 104.2%. And this has been very, very consistent over the last 5 months. So if you put a house on the market, you price it properly, it's in decent condition, good location, no real negative factors, you're probably going to get 4.2% more than what you're asking for. So if it's average $1 million, you're talking about another $42,000. That's not too shabby, okay? So that is really cool. All right, and then cost per square footage. Now this is interesting to me, and this is, I kind of put the little thinky face guy up here because in August we were at $550 a square foot. We dropped to $474, but then we came back right up into the $530s. Okay, so we had this real high, bump here, and a considerably low bump here. I mean, $75 per square foot drop, and then put us right back into the $530s, which we've been consistent for the last 3 months, which is good to watch. I mean, good to know and to keep an eye on, because if we can maintain that trend. But again, keep in mind, the data that we have is so limited because there's so few homes transacting over the last year, really, after longer, because inventory is so low. But it's still a pretty good reflection of what is happening there. Sales data, let's talk about some numbers in sales. So when we talk about listings and stuff like this, now guys, this stuff is mind-blowing to me. I've been doing this since 1997. And, oh boy, in December we only had 8 new single-family residence homes listed in Tustin, 92780. Crazy, mind-blowing, because if you look at the numbers here in Tustin, we have 7,707 total single-family residences, okay? And only 8 out of 7,700 came on the market. That is insane. That gives us a 0.001 as far as the number of homes coming on the market. That is bananas. That's 1/10 of 1%. Not 1%, 1/10 of 1% of all the homes. Normally, it should be 0.2. In a really busy market, 0.3, okay? But this is crazy. So it's in your favor, obviously, because there's no competition. Okay. In August, days on market, 6 days is where we ended in December of 2021. And that probably includes a little bit of negotiating time. So, you list it, and then you might get offers the same day or the next day, and then it takes a couple of days to work through counter offers and details and stuff like that before you accept and move into escrow. So 6 days, not too bad. That's actually really, really good. Closed sales. In December, we had 11. Our peak here was November, we had 22, but we had during the, I think it was September or August, I don't remember, we had an influx of new listings come into the market. And so a lot of those were closing in November, October. But December, we had 11 close. Okay, now that's to keep in mind too that holidays, right? People typically do not, there's fewer homes going up for sale when we already have a really, really depressed inventory. Yet, 11 homes still sold, still closed in December. Months of supply. So what this means is if we didn't put any new houses on the market at all, none, how long would it take to get all of the homes that are currently available in Tustin sold? And right now it's at 0.9 months. It translates to 27 days. 27 days, every single home, single family residence in Tustin, sold, gone, done, bye. Okay, so that's pretty incredible. Active listings, again, really low numbers, guys, really low. 15 active listings in the city of Tustin. Just super low. Nothing to choose from, right? But again, for a homeowner, for you, whether you're planning on buying or selling, you're looking at it and you go, okay, well, we're not planning on selling, but guess what? That means the competition is still really low and your equity is going to increase. If you're planning on selling, hey, just know that you have the control and you can expect that you are going to be able to sell your house pretty quickly and get a really good price for it. Let's talk about some predictions and things like that. There's one thing that I know for sure that is going to happen coming up in July, but before that, if you're thinking of selling, guys, there's no need to pay for super high commissions to get your home sold. Ask us about our 1% listing fee, something we've been doing for quite a while, and we do it well. We do the same thing that everybody else does. So let's move on. Okay, so for you guys, the sellers, we know it's all in your favor. You're in control. You're in charge, right? As far as the market goes. If you have a home and you're thinking about selling it, well, you get to kind of call the shots in our current market right now. But obviously, still, you don't want to be ridiculous and overprice and hope that somebody just isn't paying attention. You still want to put it competitive, right? Otherwise, you could still sit there on the market because there are homes still sitting on the market for 30, 45 days just because they're way overpriced, okay? Okay, so the thing that I know for sure that is going to happen in January is going to be the same thing that happens every January. Every January we have these homes that come, are the market. If you look on this chart here, it says every green dot represents December. And so every December, it's the lowest, it bottoms out as far as the number of new listings and things like that that are coming on the market because it's holidays. People don't want to, they got decorations up and they got parties to go to and they got things and the house might be a mess from having people over. So it's it's kind of a hassle, too much stuff to think about to try to sell their house. But what ends up happening every single year as well is that everybody starts putting their house on the market right after the beginning of the new year. Some, a lot in January, sometimes in February or March, but inventory is going to increase. Now, that being said, if it goes from 15 active listings to 30 active listings, inventory in Tustin doubles in 1 month. See, that's how the media does it. But if it goes from 15 to 30 in 1 month, it's so insignificant. It's so little that it's really not going to make that big of a deal. So we know that it's going to still happen this month, right? So there is going to be more competition, just something to know and be aware of. But some things that we've been watching for a while, 2 months ago, I first reported this, and it was in the news, and all that. Zillow had shut down their entire buying division. They shut it down, let 2,000 people go, and said, we're not buying homes. They didn't scale back. They didn't slow down. Shut it down. Okay, now Zillow is one of the biggest data aggregators in the real estate space. And if they're one of the biggest data aggregators in the real estate space, what data are they crunching that tells them that having a bunch of listings is not profitable when days on market are low, when the number of homes being sold is very low, the inventory is low, all of the things are in their favor to sell it and sell it at a profit? Some speculate, oh, well, it's because they overpaid for those properties. Well, so what? Sit on it for a minute and it'll get to that point. So there's something fishy about this whole thing, because when I look at it and I'm going, okay, what do they know that we don't know? It's something you got to think about. And then they say that they're going to dump off, they're getting rid of 7,000 of the listings that they have. 7,000 of those listings gone, that they're dumping. Not just, oh, we're going to put a sign in front and sell it on the retail market. No, they're selling it to wholesale lenders, investors and things like that, because they want them off their books quick. Again, raise more questions about why is that happening with Zillow when they have all this data. Again, what do they know that we don't know? And then finally, they had all these contracts with all these people that they were going to buy homes from, and right in the middle of the escrow, they cancel it. Hundreds of them across the country canceled, said, nope, we're not buying your homes. I mean, so we're talking about a hard stop on buying homes. Something interesting to pay attention to. Now, we haven't seen a lot of that, a lot of the details of that yet, because we just, we've been distracted by other things, holidays and all stuff. But then there was also this thing saying iBuyers are selling homes at a loss. So iBuyers like Zillow, several others, that buy them at a discount, rehab them and flip them, they sell them at a loss. Why? Again, okay, so. But we were distracted here. So a month ago we had the first Omicron variant come onto the scene, right? And everybody kind of paused for a minute and went, okay, well, what's this? What's happening here? What is going to happen? And, I don't know from your perspective, but it seems to me like everybody's kind of looking around going, okay, I don't think it's as big of a deal as, the media wants to make it be, but we're keeping an eye on that. But that could affect us, because as mask mandates come into play, and like where is it, Finland or the Netherlands, went on full lockdown. If that happens again, that shifts the whole real estate market and the way things are handled in the real estate market. So something to keep an eye out on. So if you got any questions or anything like that coming up regarding Tustin real estate, feel free, give me a call, text me, email me, whatever. Look forward to talking to you guys. We'll see you next month.